Good morning, everyone. My name is Terry Scott. I'm the program director for the MEDEX program. I'd like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony. Would you please stand and welcome Tacoma Class 5. Please be seated. Again, I'd like to welcome you to the MEDEX graduation of Tacoma Class 5. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I want to congratulate each of the graduates for such an accomplishment. I want to also take you back for a moment. But before I do that, I want to just say welcome to all the individuals and friends and family and supporters of the graduates in attendance today. I'm going to briefly review the agenda, and then I'd like to take a moment as your program director to take you back a couple of years ago. Today we're going to have some welcome remarks. We have a keynote speaker. We're going to hear from the student leaders and some speakers. We're going to be presenting some awards that the students are not aware of, but the faculty have voted on. And then we're going to be awarding certificates. And then we're going to have some closing remarks and a last photo opportunity with the Tacoma Class 5. I also want to say that while this is a formal ceremony, we pride ourselves in having it be informal. So when your graduate steps across the stage, please feel free to step to the center and get that all-important photo. Now, 2 years in the MEDEX program. You guys should be very proud of yourselves. You have accomplished something very significant, but you may recall about just over 2 years ago, you were sitting in the T-wing of the health sciences, and we were sitting there talking about this journey being one of the most challenging and rewarding in your career. The opportunity to become a PA is a privilege. We also spoke about Dr. Smith, and 50 years ago, him establishing the MEDEX program as a response to some needs in our region. We recognized at that time that you were bright-eyed and ready to go, had no idea what you were getting yourselves into in some respect, but you managed to get through this program and do so exceedingly well. I can say to you today that while today is the closing of one door, it is truly the opening of another one. You will have a tremendous career laying in front of you, and I hope that you take full advantage of it. There are people in our region, in our nation, and in our world who are in need of the skills that you possess, and that it is our hope as a program that you will go forth and do the most good. So we're very proud of you. Now, having said that, I will say that we are very fortunate today to have a keynote speaker, Henry Stoll. Henry is one of the emeritus faculty from the MEDEX program. He retired just 3 years ago? Two and a half years ago. And Henry has the distinction of being one of the, if not the longest tenured faculty person in the MEDEX program's history of 43 years. So Henry has touched the lives of many of the MEDEX graduates, including myself. And so in a sense, Dr. Smith had the saying of multiplying his hands. And so Henry has the distinction of having touched all the lives of many of the MEDEX graduates, and all the lives that we've touched, he's in an indirect way touched those as well. That's one of the benefits of being faculty, is that we get to sit here today and look at you all and wish you nothing but the best. And the lives that you touch and the impacts that you will make will be tremendous. So please welcome Henry as our keynote speaker.
Yeah. Good morning. As Terry said, I retired 2.5 years ago, and as if I didn't know that I was retired, really, when I was getting dressed this morning and standing in front of the bathroom mirror, I could not remember how to tie a necktie. It was just gone. I had to go to the computer and pull up a YouTube instructional video and sit there. So that's what retirement is like. But really, 6 years ago, I was a working faculty member in 2013, and our then program director at the time, Ruth Ballwig, did me the honor of asking me to be the first site director for our newest training site for medics here in Tacoma. So together with two first-time faculty members, Vanessa Bester and Drew Garcia, and one program assistant, Shanice Conway, we got Tacoma Class 1 up and running. We were helped by many people. First, the administrators of UW-Tacoma, who could not have been more helpful and welcoming. Secondly, by the faculty and staff of the Seattle Medics site, all of whom took turns coming down to help us out with teaching and administrative support. And finally, we had an outstanding group of students in Tacoma Class 1 who supported each other and all of us all throughout their training, and they were great ambassadors for our program out in the community. 2 years later, in 2015, all 28 members of Tacoma Class 1 walked across this stage and received their certificates. Now the members of Tacoma Class 5 are ready to follow in their footsteps. We all stand on the shoulders of those who have come before us. In many ways, all of us here at Medics are still standing on the shoulders of Dr. Dick Smith, our founder, and the pioneering students of Seattle Class 1, who truly established the PA profession here in Washington State 50 years ago in 1969. When I graduated from PA school in Pennsylvania, I didn't go here, but I graduated in Pennsylvania in 1975. The profession was still in its infancy. We didn't even have an enabling law in that state, which would allow us to practice, much less prescriptive privileges. The PAs of Washington State were way ahead of the rest of the country, thanks to the visionary leadership of Dr. Smith and his team. My own personal membership number in the American Academy of Physician Assistants, our national organization, was number 651, which probably puts me among the first 1,000 or so PAs. Now there are over 120,000 certified PAs in this country and over 200 PA programs nationwide, and the profession has gone international. Establishing and maintaining the PA profession required lots of effort, constant engagement with state and federal legislatures, state medical boards, and various government agencies. It still requires effort. We all know that the world is run by those who show up, and like most organizations or professions, it's the handful of people who carve out the time from their work and their family lives who make it possible for the rest of us to enjoy the excellent professional environment that we all practice in. The very least that all of you in Tacoma Class 5 can do is to join and support your state and national PA professional organizations. All of you at some point in your PA careers should make the time to volunteer for a PA committee, serve as a board member, or run for office in the PA societies, or even run for political office. There's a PA from California who's in Congress now. So if they can do it, so can you. My generation is retiring and fading away from the scene, so we need you to be the next generation of PA leaders. But for today, I simply just want to say congratulations, Tacoma Class 5, and welcome to the profession.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? My name is Jennifer Erickson. I'm the site director here. I took over 2 directors after Henry. But to put something into perspective, I would like faculty. Who was taught by Henry? There you go. It tells you he's been here a long time. He's been here a long time. But TC5, thank you so much for being here with us today. I look out at these seats, and this is one of my favorite days of the year, as I get to look out at you, and you guys showed up. You guys came here every day, sitting in our classroom, listening to us talk, probably tired of hearing us talk, so don't worry, I won't speak too long today. You were here hours before school started. You were here hours after the day ended. Some of you, I think, stayed the night sometimes. I'm pretty sure. You even showed up on weekends. You showed up and helped each other study. And as Henry said, the world is run by people who show up, and you guys showed up. And I'm very proud to welcome you into the PA profession and to call you colleagues. I also have the honor of announcing the next speaker, which is our class president, Robert Deal.
Wow, a lot of people. All right, welcome to our graduation. And when I say our graduation, that includes the family members that are here today and the ones that couldn't make it. None of this would have been possible without all of you. So I would like to take a moment to have my classmates stand up and give it a round of applause to all of our family members and friends who are here today. So we started this journey a few years ago, striving to become, oh wait, hold on. Got some hand sanitizer, hold on. I just want to make sure I don't get graded down, okay? I actually think I left my stethoscope in the car, but I can use my ear to listen to heart sounds, just saying. Okay, my hands are shaking a little bit, but that's how we felt the very first time we walked into the clinical reasoning exam. We all felt at some point through this program that feeling of uncertainty. The feeling and doubt that would run through our heads was cleared by the urge to succeed. Knowing that success is not the key to happiness, happiness is the key to success. When you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Now it helped that Terry Scott said, "You don't want to be standing in front of me wondering if you could have done more." That speech was given a few years ago, and gosh, that was a long time ago, it feels like. Looking back 3 summers, we had no clue where this journey was going to take us. We also were probably more worried about passing the infamous Dr. Evans exams, or possibly the saber-toothed tiger that would run in the room at any moment. And don't worry, Dr. Evans, I'll make sure to carry my bag of potato chips and canteen when I cross the desert. Now we sit here today, looking back at all the memories we shared over the past few years, from the struggles of sleep deprivation to contemplating the right titration of caffeine. Most of our responses were, if I'm not shaking, I can probably have more. To Angie's amazing laugh that would put a smile on anybody's face. You know it, Angie. From all the long days and nights we spent studying exams and typing patient soap notes, to who can make the craziest basketball shot in class, which gave us a sense of reward after 8 hours of studying. But my favorite memories are going to be those of getting to know my classmates and how we all became part of a family. A family that made sure we were held accountable, and when one of us struggled, we always had each other to persevere. It became very clear why we were picked to be in this program. We all wanted to be leaders in our community and help those in need. To not stand by and let change happen, but be that change. This last year of clinicals, we all experienced what it will feel like being a PA. I would like to share an experience I had with you here today over the last year. As some of my fellow classmates know, I served in the military, and a good portion of our class has prior military experience. I hold that time I served my country close to my heart. I was able to help a brother who was struggling with PTSD and contemplating suicide. In that moment, he stared down at his hands, wondering if anyone could truly understand what he experienced or could even comprehend. I got up and grabbed him a box of tissues, and I told him, "Brother, I've been there, and look at me now. I stand here in front of you today, a stronger person." He stared up at me, and in that moment, I knew I was in the right place at the right time. Fast forward a few weeks, I saw a brother gain back his life and be the man he wanted and needed to be for his family. I could never begin to explain the joy and pride I felt knowing I not only helped a patient, but I helped another brother not become a statistic. Since entering this program, we have all had the opportunity over the past few years to be amazing in our communities. So, as we move forward here today as new graduates, I encourage every one of you to always remember your roots and why you became a PA. I know it won't be easy, but anything in life worth having or becoming comes with struggles along the way. I just hope that each and every one of you never pass up the opportunity where you could fail or fall on your face, because failure is the best opportunity to build yourself a stronger foundation and become something better. To be humble and take the time to understand you may not know the answer, but will ask for the help when needed. When you strive to be the best PA and to be an advocate for the patients, your patients, our mission as PAs will be fulfilled. To never let political views get in the way of helping those in need. To know more than just the resources in your area by branching out of your comfort zone, allowing your patients to get the best care they desperately need. Make the connections and strive to never be less than amazing, as I know each and every one of us will be. Lastly, remember to take care of your physical, mental, and medical needs, which will in turn allow you to take care of your patients. Mistakes will happen along the way, but learn from those mistakes. We are only human. Now, as I finish my long, drawn-out speech, and you don't have to listen to my voice anymore, just remember, whenever you feel overwhelmed, lost, or fallen on your face, your family of 27 will always have your back. When we started this process, we were just acquaintances. Now we have become a family. No one will ever know the struggles of school and the demand that was expected of us over the last few years. That demand and struggles we all experienced will allow us to be great and to be those leaders in our community. Now, I would like to introduce someone who I consider a friend, colleague, and most of all, part of my PA family. He is the one who kept me up to date with politics over the past few years, even when I didn't want to know or even needed to know. He also is a person who could put a smile on anyone's face and would also be the friend and classmate you needed when you were struggling. He may not have at times been the Joel we needed him to be, but always asked the questions none of us could or even thought about asking. He at times felt more like some of my psychiatric patients I saw over the past few years. I mean, Joel, you did barge in and say I'm a crazy psychiatric patient during one of my clinical reasoning exams. Oh yeah, and you didn't have a shirt on. Now, he may have floated close to the line of funny and inappropriate, but he always took it upon himself to step back and be the Joel we knew he could be. I know personally that Joey got me to be a better clinician simply on the fact that life is short. We only have so much time to make a difference while we are here for our patients, friends, and family. I know Joey would want all of us moving forward just to bring a smile every day to clinic, because a simple smile can go a long way. As we leave here today, never worry about the numbers, help one person at a time, and start with the person closest to you. Now, before I have my good friend and colleague and brother come up and speak, our families are extremely proud of us. We can't imagine the sense of relief they are experiencing knowing we are done and moving on to be leaders in the community. This would be the most opportune time to ask for money. I mean, let's be honest, loans, licenses are really expensive, okay? Checkbooks in the back. Thanks again for an amazing few years. You all be part of my family that I will never forget. And I may send a Christmas card from time to time. Now, I'd like to welcome to the stage my friend Joey Polino.
Thank you, Robert. So Robert definitely went with the more inspirational route. I took a little different track on this, but just a little background. Joel is my super professional alter ego. It's a nickname I earned last year at the WAPA convention, and I just want to assure you all that Joel did stay home today. So Robert, first I have to say is, floated the line between funny, where is Robert? He's right. Floated the line between funny and inappropriate? Come on, man. You guys. Seriously? I mean, I'm not saying that it's not true, but I just ask that you recognize that in the history of civilization, it was those that pushed and challenged these socially constructed lines that became the pioneers of their time. I'm a pioneer, Robert. Robert, I want to apologize for all the mean things I'm about to say about you, too. Secondly, I would like the record to indicate that the shirtless incident in question was a BCS test, not a CRA, as previously mentioned. And you know what? You should have seen the look on his face. He was like a deer in the headlights. It was hilarious. And you know what, Robert? Speaking of deer in the headlights, I think you had that same look on your face a few days later when that rail car hit you. He was fine. He was fine. You never know what's going to happen in real-world medicine, Robert. It's kind of like crossing the street. You always need to be prepared for the unexpected. You're welcome. For those that don't know, Robert earned a nickname in the Army that has stuck with him since, Sergeant Bubbles, where it was suggested that due to his penchant for accidents and injuries, he should just wear a suit of bubble wrap for his own safety. Let me just say that we all figured out pretty quickly why the name was so fitting. The man is like a damn cat. He's got to be on his 5th life by now. He is an accident waiting to happen, but the crazy part is he never seems to get hurt that badly. He has had multiple parachuting close calls, including being nearly hit by a plane and landing upside down at a tree, where he got stuck. Embarrassing. Oh, and did I mention he got ran over by a car? I'm going to paint the picture for you guys here really quick. Early evening, winter quarter last year, Robert is walking out of the classroom, late night of studying, and it's like a scene from a movie. He's smiling, he's happy, he steps off the curb, and he's waving goodbye, and out of nowhere, a freaking car comes out of nowhere and just takes him out. He rode the car 80 feet on the hood. He bounces off and walks away. Robert right now is probably wondering why I know so many specific details to this event I wasn't witness to. Robert, I apologize. I should have gotten out to check on you. We're all glad you're okay. On a serious note, Jefe, you have been a leader among your peers, and on behalf of the rest of the class, we thank you for all that you have done and all that you mean to us. You are a genuine, kind person, and in a few years, I have a moderate degree of confidence you will be an okay-ish PA. TC5, give him some snaps, huh? All right. It's this thing we do. Oh, yeah. Here's your parting gift. Bubble wrap. All right, moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that I am standing up here today with a microphone is a true testament that PA school has officially made all these people go crazy. When I busted in on Robert's BCS exam, I was pretending. These people may actually meet clinical diagnosis. When we were told we would leave PA school a different person when we came in, yeah, they were right. We're fatter, we're balder, we're grayer, and we're in a lot more debt. And I just started my first blood pressure medication. Sweet. All right, I'm going to nerd out for a second. Stay with me. So 2 weeks ago, I come across this article in the New York Times that catches my eye. The article referenced this study from the University of Michigan. It was one of the first of its kind. Researchers looked at DNA samples from 250 first-year medical residents. And what they were looking for is they wanted to analyze the biological toll that disrupted sleep, long hours, and constant stress played on these new clinicians down to the level of their genes. In order to do this, they measured the length of the telomeres before and after the first year of residency. Telomeres are related to aging. I'll get to the point. Here's what they found. The DNA of these residents aged 6 times faster than the average person. 6 times. So I came into PA school as a studly 29-year-old guy, and I'm leaving with a dad bod and a biological age of 41. I kind of feel like I'm leaving how Michael Molinar looked coming into the program. Awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade. This is a great day, you guys, but I'm a realist, and basically I just want you all to know you're all just gonna die much, much sooner because of PA school. But with that said, with that said, oh boy, it's kind of embarrassing. When I wrote my speech at 7 C's last night, I forgot to finish that thought. There was supposed to be something positive in there. Jared, I'm going rogue, man. But with that said, as the great Terry Scott once proclaimed, with a sinister laugh and folding his hands together like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. You asked for this. At least that's the way I remember it. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened, Terry. So even though we have only ourselves to blame, let's just establish that the last 28 months has been grueling, to put it mildly. If there wasn't a brewery across the street, I don't think many of us would have made it. If someone gave me a choice to redo PA school or sandpaper my eyeballs, I'd start learning Braille. But hey, here we are. Thank you, 7Cs. I remember one time after a long week, Scott Smith literally sprinting Forrest Gump style across the road to get a beer. This is the same guy who at another point was so viscerally upset over a test question, he literally sprouted a hair on his bald head. The hair was fed by anger. As soon as he calmed down, it shriveled and died. It was incredible. It's a natural phenomenon. It's rarely seen in nature. Let me tell you something. If antacid tablets are your only source of nutrition and you start getting mad at the sun for being too loud, you may be in PA school. Oh, Joey, you're so dramatic. Let me give you all a little perspective. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, PAs will typically perform 85 to 90% of services traditionally provided by a primary care physician. Primary care physicians go through a combined 7 years of medical education and training and residency to learn general medicine. So when you guys go into your PCP's office as a new patient with your backpack full of medications and a scroll like this with your problem and history list, he or she has 7 years of training guiding them. We have 2 years, less than 1/3 of the official training, but doing 90% of what our physician colleagues are doing. Thank God for YouTube and WebMD. But seriously, you guys, if you care about your health, please do not become our patients for at least 2 years. Maybe 3 for Robert. We may be PACs soon, but trust me, the C does not stand for competent. If this program has been anything, it has been humbling. It also gave me a shingles outbreak on my head. That was fun. Constantly present in the background the last 2 years, a persistent, gripping fear of failure. I know this feeling was not unique to me. Always being one bad test and one retest away from getting the boot. If there was a legal driving limit for cortisol in your blood, we all would have been taking the bus. But then again, the journey also didn't start 2 years ago. It started far before that. This is a second career for every person in this class. Fun fact, our class is also the last full bachelor's PA cohort in the country. That's pretty cool. Shoot, I really want to do a capstone project, said no student ever. The median clinical experience of this class is close to 10 years. We are a diverse group from many different backgrounds. We are nurses, firefighters, scrub techs, former military, penile implant sales reps. It was approved. It was approved. And yes, she is going into urology. No surprise. I knew the first day of summer quarter when I walked into that big lecture hall in Seattle, and unlike most of the other sites that were all spread out between the room, almost our entire class had somehow congregated to the far back corner, which of course where I was already naturally headed. And I thought to myself, these are the slackers I want to be in a class with. There was an instant cohesiveness between us, and one that remains to this day. And the glue that holds us all together is the shared trauma. It was always comforting knowing that you guys were suffering too. Misery loves company. All jokes aside, it has been an honor and a privilege going through this journey with all of you. It has been challenging, but so rewarding. I will always treasure the amazing memories I made with you, and here are just a few, not necessarily in any particular order. Jared breaking his hand. Diving for a kickball at our end of the year summer party, it was awful. He was not even close. He just sacrificed his body. And did I mention Robert got hit by a car? Okay. If I didn't get to you, I apologize. Just a lot of good memories. To the faculty, oh, our amazing faculty, I have only one thing to say. Yes, we may have been a little bit whiny, and yes, I may have cried on several occasions, but like a real man, I did it in my bedroom, being cuddled by my wife. But on a serious note, you guys are awesome, and we appreciate everything you have done for us. Thank you. To our family and friends that have loved us and supported us along the way, we could not have done this without you. And a special shout out to our amazing spouses and significant others. We know that this has been a long, difficult process for you as well, but don't be selfish. It's been way harder on us. At least you haven't been aging in dog years. Serious note, we are very grateful. Thank you guys so much. We love you. So at this point, I'm kind of surprised that I have not had my mic cut or been tackled from behind. So I'm going to call it a win and wrap it up here and wish me luck that my diploma still comes in 2 weeks. Be proud of yourselves, TC5, and go out there and ace the pants. God bless. I love you.
Fix that for you. Well, if you think being a PA student is difficult, Dr. Evans and Henry are only 35. Ages us as well. What I'd like to do now is do the recognition for military service. So a lot of people don't know that the history of the PA program actually is deep-seated in military medics, Navy corpsmen, Army medics. They were coming back from overseas and not having an equal civilian job from the medical job that they had in the military. And so the group that decided we need to do something about this, they, over many years in discussions, invented the PA program and the PA profession. And so what I'd like to do is, if you are a TC5 member who at any time served in any branch of the military or are currently serving, would you please stand up to be recognized? Stay standing. Stay standing. Now, stay standing, please. Nice try. And Tacoma is known for having, I think, the highest percentage of military students in their class of all 4 campuses. Would the members of the faculty who are prior military or current military please stand as well? So we have Army, we have Navy, and we'll count Coast Guard, Jeff. Not yet, young man. Almost. And now, if you are a member of the audience, friend, family, would you please rise if you're affiliated with the military? Recognize. Thank you, everyone, for your service. You may be seated. Finally, off script, if you are a military spouse, please rise, because your job is the most difficult. Thank you. Thank you. And now it's time for the awards.
Good morning. My name's Tim Evans, we've had a lot of occasions to be proud of you in the last 2 years, but none more so than today. So my personal congratulations to you as well. We are lucky because we have you. And if you have students like we do, and you put them somewhere in the general vicinity of knowledge, they will soak it up. And that's what you've been doing. Despite us. But you're also lucky because not only do you have each other, but you have a lot of really terrific teachers and preceptors. And each year, the graduating classes of MEDEX have the opportunity to select from among their many role models and teachers a couple of people to honor with Golden Apple Awards, and I get the pleasure to present them. First is Dr. Darren Swenson, who is here today. Dr. Swenson runs and operates a post-acute care set of clinics. He averaged 4.9 on a 5-point scale for his evaluations of his teaching. Students' comments included, "Whew, what a dry topic, labs." But Dr. Swenson made the topic interesting, interactive, and engaging. I like his style. Dr. Swenson made the classroom environment equally interesting and terrifying. It helped me feel safe to answer questions even if I was not sure of the answer. Dr. Swenson is a real find. MEDEX would be making a mistake if they did not ask him back. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Swenson.
Wow, thank you very much. I'm truly honored and humbled by your comments. The opportunity to work with students, my peers now, and I'm honored to say that, is truly a blessing. As a provider, the opportunity to share what you've learned and to pass it on to the next generation of providers is what we're about as clinicians. We're always going to be teachers. All of you will be teachers. Teach families, teach future students, teach your patients. Remember what we talked about. If you can teach your patient and they trust you, then they'll follow your guidance, and then you'll be effective. I don't have a whiteboard and I don't have a marker, so I really can't do too much talking. But I truly enjoyed our time together. I enjoyed spending part of my day with you because to learn from you about what makes you want to grow allows me to go back and train my current providers and help them grow. So thank you very much for this award, and I really appreciate the opportunity to teach you. Thank you.
Our next recipient of a Golden Apple is not able to be here today. Dr. Annette Sabbath is a pathologist working at Seattle Kaiser Permanente, and presumably she's got her eye glued to a microscope lens at the moment. This is her second Golden Apple. She lectured in pathophysiology, averaging 4.8 on a 5-point scale for her evaluations. Student comments included, "Dr. Sabbath is great. She is able to make the heart seem easy and simple to understand. Absolutely brilliant. I wish she had a YouTube channel so I could listen to her talk about hearts all day. She rocks. What an amazing and wonderful teacher. We will be sure that Dr. Sabbath gets her Golden Apple, but on behalf of all of us, congratulations, Dr. Sabbath."
Good morning, everyone. My name is Betty Stewart. I'm the clinical coordinator for MEDEX Tacoma. And yeah, I'm the one that sent your graduate away to Wyoming. Thanks. So, but before I announce the winner of the John Coombs Leadership Award, I'd like to acknowledge and honor our clinical preceptors. A program like MEDEX couldn't possibly begin to educate and train our students without the selfless commitment of hundreds of unpaid clinical preceptors. These individuals volunteer their time and expertise without compensation, often out of a duty to give back and train the next generation of healthcare providers. Our program is grateful and would like to honor these individuals by having them stand, if any are present, and be recognized. Thank you very much. I'd now like to present the John B. Coombs Leadership Award. This is a special award because Dr. Coombs was an Associate Dean for Regional Affairs of Rural Health in the School of Medicine. Had a long record of promoting the PA profession. This award is presented to students in each of the training sites who have become role models to their peers, have assumed some of the responsibilities of leadership during their training, and have carried out those responsibilities with integrity, cooperation, and understanding. This year's winner was elected to the American Academy of Physician Assistants Student Academy as the Western Regional Director and Chair of the Advocacy and Policy Committee. Her enthusiasm for participating at the highest level of student involvement gave visibility to the importance of leadership beginning early in a professional career. This student was also fearless throughout the clinical year, handling difficult situations, patient encounters, and her future with an attitude of why not now and why not me. This year's winner of the John Coombs Leadership Award is Brittany Hager.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm one of the newer faculty in Tacoma, and I'm here to present the Ellen Harder Underserved Award, which is given to a student who has promoted awareness of the needs of the medically underserved. This particular student is from rural Montana and has never wavered in her commitment to return to her home region. Additionally, she has a dedication to empowering the women in her hometown, acting as a volunteer ambassador to promote wellness, community, and education. During her clinical year, she welcomed opportunities to travel far and wide to serve in rural and underserved areas. And I'm pleased to say that she has also just accepted a job offer, which will take her back to Montana. Kate Fowler, will you please come up?
Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know, this is actually my first class that I got to see all the way through PA school. So as I sat down to write the intro for the Medics Writing Award, I started writing about how proud we all are of you all, and having watched you progress from a starting off class that ranged from absolutely terrified to probably a little overconfident, and now you sit here before us, all way underconfident, but a little more competent than you probably think you are. And I was pouring into that the passion with which I criticized your commas every quarter. So each year, for the Medics Writing Award, each year Medics recognizes one graduating student from each site for his or her mastery of written grammar and punctuation. You and I, starting off with Medics at the same time, I can tell you probably shared the exact same visceral reaction every time you got a new writing assignment. All right. But remember that writing is absolutely the foundation of every healthcare profession, and I encourage all of you to continue to write throughout your professions. So this year's recipient of the Writing Award has consistently demonstrated not only a profound ability to digest the clinical knowledge that was both delivered in the classroom and acquired via self-study, but he also was able to put it on paper with just the right amount of commas. So I'm proud to present this year's Medics Writing Award to a student who, because of the way we flip-flop names on different pieces of paper, it took the faculty half the didactic year to figure out, is his name Andrew Bryan or Brian Andrew?
My name is Jonathan Maher. I'm a Tacoma faculty member. I got to teach these guys their ABCs in emergency medicine, and I can confidently say they all at least have those 3 letters down. I'm here today to give the Spirit of Medics Award. This award recognizes students who have dedicated themselves to their goal of being a physician assistant, who have shown compassion and sensitivity to others, and who have maintained their humor and perseverance in the face of adversity. They have a positive attitude and are ambassadors of the program throughout their medics training. This year's recipient has strong roots in Tacoma, strong roots in primary care. They have been steadfast and persevered in the face of adversity. Despite the many stresses of didactic and clinical year training, they've maintained a positive attitude and been compassionate to themselves and to their fellow students and their patients. It's also been my honor to be their advisor during their time here at Medics. Marisol Salazar, would you please come forward?
The last award, and then we'll get to your actual graduation, which is what you're all waiting for. So I'm here to present the Stephen Turnipseed Army Veteran Award. This award is named after Stephen Turnipseed, who was, he matriculated in the first class that Medics had back in 1969. He was hand-selected by Dr. Smith to represent African-American military veterans in that class. And so this year, we actually have a recipient who, instead of retiring from the military and going home to a recliner and relaxing, decided, you know what, instead let me embark on a brand new career. That's difficult. It's a very competitive program. Let me start over and have a brand new career. I'm trying to think of all the ways that I can tell you that this is a wonderful soldier that I wish I was serving with, actually. She was dedicated in the community. She worked with community service with the Tacoma Foot Clinic. She was a calm voice in the classroom. Her quiet leadership is, I wish I had more students that would, every year that would be like this. I have the honor of being her advisor, and I'll tell you, I forgot I was her advisor half the year because I didn't have to do anything. She was absolutely wonderful and absolutely professional. So it's my honor to give the Stephen Turnipseed Veteran Award to Stephanie Vickery.
Sorry, yes.
So this is the part we've all been waiting for. Not only did they put me in charge of names, but technology. I'm supposed to advance these slides correctly, so I apologize if I don't do that. Once we're all ready to start? All right. Brian Andrew. and Dora Brown. Tyler Andrew Burgett. Matthew Carey. Pierce Corcoran. Robert Deal. Grace Draculin. Caitlin Fowler. Jenny Griffith. Brittany Eileen Augustine Hager. Angela M. Harold. Victor Hernandez Pineda. Michael Johnson. Stephanie McClymond. Michael Molnar. Ramon Perez Jr. Allison Joy Pettinger. Joseph Polino. Anita Powell. Linnea Robinson. Marisol Salazar. Scott Smith. Theo Thomas. Stephanie K. Vickery. Stephen Wheeler. And last but not least, Jared Mason Zacher. Let's give one more big round of applause for our graduates.
Do what? Oh, okay. So would the graduates please stand and face the audience? I am happy to present to you the graduating class, Tacoma Class 5. So this concludes the formal ceremony. We would like to have the graduates get one more photo, but we want to thank everyone for attending. And is there anything else? I think that's it.